Hey, what's up everybody? Chris here, and I want to talk about two racing games that I've been playing on my Xbox Series S, which are a lot of fun. One of them is coming from Game Pass, of course. I always highlight Game Pass games because I think they're amazing, and if you have a subscription to Game Pass, there's really no reason not to check that out. The other is a little bit older, a couple of years old, and I just found it in looking in the Microsoft Store and thought it looked good and wanted to check it out, and it's turned out to be a lot of fun. Hey, as always, if you're enjoying these videos, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and please be sure to subscribe. So the first game I want to talk about is called Art of Rally. And so if you've got a Game Pass subscription, you may have seen this. It has a really interesting art style, right? I mean, it's sort of a isometric, almost top-down type racing game where you're controlling a little rally car, or at least it looks like it's little from a distance, through twisty, turny roads and crowds of people that are essentially vertical polygons with spheres on top for the head. And so again, it's got kind of an interesting art style, but it's really a fluid game. It takes a good amount of skill to become a master of it. And so it's one that I picked up and downloaded on a whim, again, because of Game Pass, and I've found myself coming back to it time and time again. It's a little bit odd, when you first start playing the game, it asks you to set up your profile and it asks you some questions that are kind of interesting, like what is your blood type? Why it really cares about what your blood type is, I don't know, but it's just one of those quirky little games that you might find some enjoyment in. But again, I will reiterate, it is not easy, and it's easy to sort of veer off the track, and it takes a lot of finesse, I think, with the gas pedal, so the right trigger, to stay, on where you need to be on as far as the road is concerned. And there's a variety of weather conditions, whether it's snow or rain, or if it's just a nice day, that does impact how you're driving and how your car handles. And so it's kind of an interesting dynamic in that regard, especially with the point of view that you have to operate the car. So again, you can't just flat out floor it. It's not an arcade racer. It actually trends toward, in my opinion, kind of sim racing control. And so again, a fun pickup if you enjoy that sort of challenge. And I'll say, I don't think it's so hard that it's impossible to have fun with or impossible to control. There are games like that out there, racing games like that. And oftentimes I get those, I play them for an hour and I never come back to them because it's just too hard. Even scaling back the difficulty can make it just, way too tough to work through. This is not one of those games. It does take, some patience to get going with it, but once you've got the hang of it and you're making progress with it, it's just a lot of fun. The other game that I found and downloaded is Gravel. Now, I was kind of hesitant about this because it was released in 2018 on, I think, PS4 and Xbox and maybe even PC. I'm not sure about that. It's a $30 game still, so I don't know if it's had a sale in the past. I can imagine that it probably has at some point, but right now it's $30. And it's got an interesting graphical style as well. It almost looks kind of like a Sega Rally type game. I mean, it's not, that quote-unquote primitive in terms of the graphics, but it also doesn't look like Dirt or Horizon or something like that. It's a little bit muted. The textures are a little bit muddy, but it is so fluid and, operates and handles so well that you can sort of overlook all that and just have a lot of fun with it. It has a lot of content. I've been playing it for a few hours now and have, I think unlocked a ton of cars and gotten really far in sort of the off-track career mode that it offers. And again, it's a lot of fun. And this one is really more of an arcade style game. Again, kind of like Sega Rally, I would say, even maybe a little more arcadey than that. It's very forgiving in the way that it handles, but it really is a lot of fun. Just even playing it on normal difficulty, you'll find yourself kind of vying for second, third, maybe sometimes first place. But it's one of those games where I don't feel like I need to scale back the difficulty because I'm just good enough at it, and it's just, on the edge of being, not a super hard challenge or anything, but just a little bit challenging enough to where you want to try and get better with your skills at that and then become better at handling the cars. And so I've had a great time with it, and both of these games really do run and look really great on the Series S. Again, I highlight this system because it's the one that I have, of course, but I think for the money, it continues to be the best value in quote-unquote next-gen, or at this point, current-gen gaming, in my humble opinion. But if you have a Series S and you like racing games like I do, these are great ones to check out. Anyway, I just wanted to highlight these games, draw some attention to them because I think they are worth some playtime. If you've played them, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching.